Hello, fellow quirky people. I am your host, Anna, and today I'll be pitting two godly beings of the MCU with each other. Now that some time has passed since Thor: Love and Thunder came out, it's safe to assume that most of you guys would have seen it by now. Or perhaps you may have heard that the MCU just introduced Hercules. The orders of Zeus are for Hercules to take down Thor Odinson. And since Hercules is truly the strongest demigod the Greek god pantheon has to offer in terms of his raw strength, we know that the MCU has set up an amazing match for us ahead. I mean, seriously. Thor versus Hercules is going to be surreal, and it would pull in a huge crowd when it happens. And there's quite a bit of time before we get Thor 5, and sadly, we just can't wait that long. So till Thor 5 comes out, we could just ponder upon the result and see who'd win. These two powerhouses have gone up against each other quite a few times in the comics. Their first clash happened in the Journey into Mystery Annual issue number 1. And sadly, this battle might ended up in a draw as Zeus stepped in to intervene. When the battle eventually happens in the MCU, I presume that it might be Ares who intervenes. But I guess we'll see about that. Their second clash happened in Thor issue number 126. And guess what? Hercules actually won this round. During the classic Silver Age era, these two battled for a third time in Thor issue number 221. Thor mostly had the upper hand in this battle, but again, there was no clear victor. So you could say Thor was the winner, because he scored a few more points. But you could call it a draw as well, and most of the Hercules versus Thor battles have gone like that in the modern day as well. Although Thor seems to have gotten ahead of Herc on many instances, their arm wrestling matches have also been iconic, but Thor still hasn't truly beaten Hercules like Herc took him down in the Silver Age battle. Although in the Thor Blood Oath storyline that took place recently, Thor began to use his lightning to gain an edge. Hercules called it cheating. But hey, I don't think that's cheating. It is the prime ability of Thor, and he should obviously get to use it. After looking at what happened in the comics, let's compare the powers and abilities of these characters in the MCU. Thor doesn't really need an introduction, so I'm going to keep his section brief. Being the god of thunder, his lightning strikes are his go-to attacks. But he can also manipulate the weather. He possesses superhuman strength, durability, and stamina. He is immortal, and he carries some crazy strong weapons like Mjolnir and the Stormbreaker, which allow him to fly and summon the Bifrost. Mjolnir itself has plenty of cool abilities of its own, and now that it has reformed, it also has gained a cool new ability to take down multiple bad guys all at once. Thor has just gone through so much character development, so he could easily be placed among the top 3 strongest characters of the MCU. And I am not even afraid to call him the strongest Avenger too, because of the new ability he just showcased in Love and Thunder. Firstly, he has the Thor Force. And with this increase in power, he has gained the ability of enchantment. He can actually share his powers with others and grant them the abilities of a literal god. This might decrease his power level a little bit, and his compadres may not get the full range of his powers either. But hey, he could still be at 80 to 90% of his strength, and he would still have his own army of Thors. So, that's just a crazy set of abilities to have, don't you think? But is he strong enough to take down the god of strength? As I've already claimed, Hercules is physically the strongest character to come out of Olympus.
I am Hercules, Prince of Power, Lion of Olympus, greatest of the Argonauts.
He is said to have unlimited strength that exceeds the power of his half-brother Ares, and even the Sentry. But along with all that might, he also possesses a low-level superhuman speed as well. So, if and when he were to battle someone like Thor or the Hulk, he could rely on his speed, agility, and fast reflexes to gain an advantage. He could also count on his vast stamina, durability, and invulnerability. Being an Olympian god, he is truly immortal, and is also immune to all known earthly terrestrial diseases. Being resistant to conventional injuries, he can sustain any attacks thrown at him. And to top all of that, his godly physiology also provides him a regenerative healing factor. So even though we've got insanely powerful characters like Captain Marvel, Wanda, or Thor in the MCU, I am pretty confident that he can hold his own against them and even beat them on many occasions. Besides his powers, he is a master combatant, being skilled in Greek boxing and Greek wrestling. He is also an expert archer who might even best Hawkeye. To complement his powers, he uses the Sword of Peleus, which is capable of cutting through any substance. He stole it from Mount Olympus while leaving his home. He also possesses the Golden Mace, which is made out of adamantine. It was forged by Hephaestus and is easily as strong and as durable as Mjolnir. So really, Thor is going to meet his true match in the MCU. As far as the weaknesses of Hercules are concerned, there are times when his alcoholism becomes a burden for him. He has also shown a weakness to the blood of the Hydra in the comics. So if someone wants to take him down or weaken him, they should get their hands on Hydra blood. That's exactly what Ares did when he fired hollow point bullets filled with Hydra blood at his half-brother. There are moments where Herc enters into a crazy rage mode and goes completely out of control, so it becomes very difficult to stop him then. This falls under his weaknesses, but he could use it as an advantage when he battles Thor. So to round it up, Hercules and Thor are quite evenly matched in terms of strength. Thor's lightning would be his advantage, while Hercules' rageful strength could allow him to win. But even though Hercules might get a few brutal licks in, I believe Thor still possesses a wide range of abilities. And even though Mjolnir and the Golden Mace would be evenly matched, Thor's use of Stormbreaker could give him another edge. On top of that, the use of his ability to create an army of Thors would definitely allow him to win, but that might be called cheating. Another way Thor could gain an advantage is by getting his hands on some Hydra blood.
He forged the Lenean Hydra.
But maybe Thor won't use these tactics unless Hercules goes into a doomsday-like rage mode and becomes uncontrollable. To conclude, I'd say that just like the comics, Hercules may slightly outmatch Thor in terms of raw physical strength, but Thor can find more ways to win this fight. He has the advantage of flight, lightning, a couple of crazy weapons, and his enchantments in the MCU. So I would announce Thor as the ultimate winner.
I'm still worthy.
Just imagine if these two were to team up instead of these two fighting each other. They could literally take any opposition down. We could get a Hobbs and Shaw-like story, but with two literal gods. Okay, that's all for now. Do you guys agree with our analysis? Or will Hercules win against Thor? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. And don't forget to check out some more fun content on our channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!